If you've ever looked back at your day and felt like you didn't get anything done, you're definitely not alone. To help us avoid workplace distractions and get us home in time for dinner is Steve McClatchy, author of Decide, Work Smarter, Reduce Your Stress, and Lead by Example. Steve, thank you for being here.
Hey, Jeannie, thanks for having me.
What are the most common workplace distractions?
Yeah, the biggest time wasters today at work are social media and the internet. 1 hour of our time each day goes to the phone. So it's a big problem for employers. It's a big problem for people that want to be productive at work.
How do you avoid those social media distractions?
Yeah, when you download an app on your phone, tell the app the way you want to be notified and how often you want to be notified. And if that doesn't work for you and you still find yourself going to your phone during work, you might download an app like App Detox. And these are apps that control the amount of time you spend in each app.
That's crazy. You need an app to not use apps.
It's ironic. We are using technology to limit the amount of time we spend using technology, but it's where we are today.
Steve, we're all guilty of chit-chatting with our colleagues. What are those challenges with those interruptions?
There are times to be social, and there are times when we need to be productive. So what I recommend is let the person know what they just interrupted. Hey, I was just working on some emails or crunching some numbers, or I have a meeting coming up in 10 minutes. What that will do is steer the person interrupting you towards the work. I like to recommend what I call interrupt yourself. Instead of just cutting them off, then go, oh, I really have to get back to whatever it was you were working on.
I try to block off times in my calendar to do dedicated projects. And that way people won't encroach on that time by thinking, oh, there's this free block of space for a meeting.
That's exactly the way you do it. The appointment on your calendar indicates to you it's time to stop what you're doing and dedicate this specific time for this specific activity.
Let's talk about multitasking.
Yeah.
Some people live for it and some people really struggle with it.
So what you can multitask is a non-thinking activity and a thinking activity. So you can drive a car and talk to your colleague in the front seat. You cannot participate in a meeting and read and reply to email. If you take a non-thinking activity and blend it with a thinking activity, now you can get two things done at the same time.
Okay. Can I ask you, what does your to-do list look like, and how do you plan that, manage that throughout the day?
So my to-do list is a reflection of the things I know I'm going to do outside of my routines. I say that shouldn't be more than 3 to 4 things on a to-do list. When I see to-do lists that are 12, 15 tasks long, I know those tasks are going to roll over to each day. One of the most underutilized features of a smartphone is the ability to put a task out in the future and forget about it. And then your phone reminds you on that day to do it. If you can't do it today, you shouldn't be looking at it today.
Well, Steve, I already feel more focused and productive. Thank you so much for your tips. I can't wait to put them into practice.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Sure.